Hey people, this is Dennis of I Blog for Dollars. Want to go over a blog post I just released. I feel like it's a blog post that needs to be read by everyone that is thinking about getting into blogging. So follow with me. I'm going to go over the key points with you. And if you are interested anyway in blogging and getting the right content out to people, make sure you check out my site. Okay, my post is how to become a pro blogger and not just a person that writes stuff. Now, it's when you create a blog, just notice you have a lot of competition. There are more than 100 million blogs on the internet. But the good thing about it, which I don't worry about at all, is most of them are trash. People don't update their blogs. They think if they just throw something up, people are just going to magically end up on their blog. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to update it, put content on there, and you have to do work to get people to come back to your site. It's not very much, but you have to do it. Okay, and that's the fact. They're just not doing it. So I mean, if you produce just some great content and do a little work to get some people back to your site and build networks, then you'll already be rising above the competition. First point I made in my post: do something different when starting a blog. You don't want to look like the rest of the blogs. If your niche is on, walking dogs, you don't want to just talk about, walking dogs in the park. You may want to talk about on the beach, or give them something different. Talk about something that nobody else is talking about. Okay? You don't want to just fall into that same rut of talking about the same old thing, and never copy somebody else's content from their blog, because if people are followers of that blog and then they come to your blog, they're just going to see that you're regurgitating information. So you want to come up with your own original content. One thing I must say, you must be passionate about your own subject. Now, if you're passionate about something, it's not going to take much to produce content. I come up with content all the time. I mean, I'm getting ready to go to sleep, and boom, there goes a content idea, blog post. I immediately put it in my iPad, my phone, anything that I can record it in, because from the time I go to sleep to the time I wake up is a lot of hours, and I have a tendency to forget things. So I want to remember it, so I write it down. Now, if you're passionate about your subject, it will just ooze out of you. There's no need to sit down and sweat bullets over what you're going to talk about. It's like love, basically. They say when you go on a date with someone and you just know when it's right, and if you know you're all nervous, but if the person is if they're right, it just flows. You don't have to worry about it. So that's the same way it goes with blogging. If you're talking about a passionate subject that you love talking about, it will just flow out. Get me in a conversation about blogging outside of the internet. I will talk your head off. And people know that. People that know me know this. And I get all excited. I love talking about making money online and how to strategies I use online. I love talking about this stuff. You can probably see the passion of my talking right now. Okay? So make sure you're passionate about what you're talking about. Oh, one more example. I have a weight loss site. Don't update it at all. Why? Because I'm not passionate about weight loss. Now, one thing I will give you, one quick tip, and keep this on the low, hush hush. Well, not really. Everybody knows it. You can pay an article writer to write articles for you on a particular niche. If you feel like it's a profitable niche, such as weight loss, you pay somebody to write articles for you, and you don't have to pay them like $2 or $3 an hour. They'll write articles for you, produce them to your blog, and they'll submit them to article directories for you. They'll do all the work for you. They'll drive the traffic or get the attention on your blog. Google loves content. So the more content you produce, the more Google will show you love in their search rankings. You must know what you're talking about. Now, if you're passionate about something, let's say you're a plumber. You've been doing plumbing for 30 years, and you decide you want to create a blog. Now, what you want to do, you already have the information in your head. You don't need to go out and study books and learn this stuff. It's up there. So it will take you nothing to create content. Plus, you're passionate about it. If you've been doing something that long, it's a 90% chance that you're passionate about it. So it's not going to take much for you to know what you're talking about. Now, me, when I created iBlog for Dollars over a year ago from this time that I'm talking right now, and I just had this dream. I want to show people how to make money online. One problem: I wasn't making money online like that at the time. I was making a dollar here, a dollar there, but that's nothing. People want to know how to make checks. So, as much as it hurts, it hurt me to my heart. I had to put it off for a while, and this came about after reading a blog post. Actually, my unofficial mentor named Yarl Starrick, great guy, very influential in the blogging world. He gave us a blog post to put on our blog, and I threw it on my blog, just knowing that it was a blog post written by this professional blogger, and I knew it was going to get me some traffic. So that's the only reason I threw it up there. But what happened was I actually read it, and it changed my thinking in a way, because I was like, okay, it was talking about how to be an expert and not just a reporter. Reporters report the news. Experts tell the reporters what the news is. Okay? So it was telling you how to be an expert and not just a reporter. And if I wasn't making money online, how am I an expert? So basically I was regurgitating information that I was getting from other blogs. I was getting ready to push myself into being a reporter. So after thinking about it, I felt like I blog for dollars. It was a very important move. I feel like this is my brand. So I wanted to go as hard with this as I've ever gone. I put a lot of work into I blog for dollars, and then I got the academy coming out soon. So I put a lot of work into this site. I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And the thing is, I didn't really know much about making money. So I like I said, as much as it hurt, I put it off for a year. I studied blogs, got some information, tried different strategies of making money online, and I built my knowledge up. So now here I am. Fast forward to now, I'm making money online, and I'm able to tell you different things that I've done, mistakes I've made, what not to do. I've done it now, and you can learn from my trial and error. Now, okay, so that's one thing about knowing what you're talking about. Now, if you know what you're talking about, it's not going to be very hard to give value to your reader. You want to give value to your readers. You want them to leave your blog feeling like they learned something. I have people contact me through Facebook. I wish they would leave a comment. That would be perfect. But most people don't. I don't care as long as they get the information, and they build up my brand. But I have people tell me all the time, wow, I came to your blog and I learned so much. He's putting out so much content. I've had other bloggers comment me on, I'm giving out so much content to the point where most bloggers are selling this stuff. Now, I don't want to step on any toes, but I feel like I know the line between what should be free and what should be paid for. Because the one thing I learned, if you give people or something, like give people this knowledge for free, that I worked so hard to attain this knowledge. If I gave it to you all for free, most people would take it and they wouldn't do anything with it. And that's one thing I learned. I watched my friend, he was a mentor in real estate. He had like 20 students, and he was only charging $100 for a mentorship. And at the time, most mentors were charging like $1,000. So when this guy comes along charging $100, people are just jumping on. Boom, 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 boom. He had 20 students like that. But I would say 60% of them, they just stopped answering the phone and stopped calling. Why? Because they didn't invest any money into it. When you put something into something, or when you invest something, that's when you work your hardest. Now, in I blog for dollars, I have more time than money invested in this site. I put so much time into this and getting stuff ready. I have blog posts ready to go that are so full of content, but I'm just waiting, to release them in a timely manner. So get ready. I got some stuff coming. Okay? I want to be able to give value to my readers. Okay? Got to get their attention. Now, the last point. Find ways to rise above your competition. You can't be the same old blog just like everybody else. I'm writing a blog about making money online. As you can probably imagine, my competition is fierce. I got a million blogs out here I'm competing with. So what can I do that's different? One thing, I'm very good with social media. I know social media tricks. I have different software. I know how to work my way around it. So that's one way I'm rising above the competition. I'm hitting them at all different angles. Now, another thing I did was I put something in my sidebar that allows people to give me a call. And I've seen one other blogger do this. Now, the difference between mine and his is mine is 100% secure. I don't know your phone number and you don't know mine, but you still get a chance to call me with your questions about making money online or blogging. And I feel like this is very important because it gives you a way to connect with your reader. So as soon as someone makes a call, I get that email. Boom, you have a new voicemail. And I'm able to answer the question via YouTube. Now, the million other people that had the same question, they get to get the answer to that question via YouTube and that one person. So I'm answering a million people questions all with one phone call. So that's why I feel like it was very important for me to make that move, and I did something to rise above my competition because no one else is doing this. Okay? So I mean that's the key points. I went a lot more in depth in my article. So if you want to get the full scoop on how to become a pro blogger and not just a person that writes stuff, make sure you check out the site iblogfordollars.com. Once again, my name is Dennis Marshall. I thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. I got some good stuff coming. Like my video, share it with your friends. Let them know that blogging is the way to become rich, the new rich. This is something that, you know, it's crazy how profitable blogging is. And when you see how I break it down in my free report that I give away on iBlog for Dollars, you'll be blown away. So make sure you check out the site iBlog for Dollars. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Peace.